All right, so Acts chapter 17, verse 23. For as I passed by and beheld your devotions, I found an altar with this inscription, to the unknown God, whom therefore ye ignorantly worship. Him declare I unto you. So they're worshiping all sorts of whatever kind of gods, and any new thing that comes along, they just set it there, and then now they're worshiping. They don't even know what they're worshiping. But this one, Paul sees they have an altar that says to the unknown God. They're worshiping all the known, and then even, well, we better put something for the unknown God in case there's an unknown God. He's like, wow, you're too superstitious. What is all this? And so he's telling them, I see an altar to the unknown God, and let me tell you about him, because you're ignorantly worshiping this unknown God. Because obviously he's not any of these other gods you have out here. And then verse 24, God that made the world and all things therein, seeing that he is Lord of heaven and earth, dwelleth not in temples made with hands. He said, let me tell you about the real God. He created all things. He created heaven and earth and all that are in heaven and in earth and in the sea, everything. He doesn't dwell in temples made with hands. Give me a second. And then he's continuing in verse 25. Neither is worship with men's hands, as though he needed anything, seeing he giveth to all life and breath and all things. He said he's not worshipped with men's hands, because they got all these graven images, from all these different gods, and they're all, you'll see they're offering them drinks and food and whatever else, giving them, they're offering these graven images stuff, even though they're just a statue of stone or marble or wood or whatever it is. They're like feeding them and bowing down to them like they're actually alive or something, right? So he's saying in 25, he's not worshipped with men's hand. He doesn't need anything. He gives life to everything and everyone. And he's continuing in verse 26, and hath made of one blood all nations of men for to dwell on the face of the earth, and hath determined the times before appointed and the bounds of their habitations. He's put things in order from the foundations of the world. He knows all things that were going to happen from the beginning. Right? He puts boundaries on everything. Right? And it's continuing, verse 27. That they should seek the Lord, if happily they might feel after him and find him, though he be not far from every one of us. Right? Just seek the Lord, that he may be found. He says he wants everyone to seek the Lord and find him, because he's not far from him. He's just a believe away. And then verse 28, for in him we live and move and have our being, as certain also of your own poets have said, for we are also his offspring. Yeah. Right, so in him we live and move and have our being, because he's the creator of everything. Right. And it says at the end, for we are also his offspring. Right. So you can say we're his creation. Right. And then, right, because so in 27 he said you find him. So we're all his creation, but we're not all children of God, because until you believe with all your heart what Jesus did for you, then you become a son or daughter of God, right? So you can't just make a broad statement that everyone's a child of God, because it gets people to think that they're truly saved and they're sons and daughters of God. We're all his creation, but you're not going to get into the family until you believe with all your heart what Jesus did, what God the Father sent his only begotten Son Jesus to do. And he did a lot of work. And it's a free gift of everlasting life. It's by grace through faith, not of works, lest any man should boast. So you can't get to the Father until you believe that. Because if you think you could do something for yourself, that's a different God. You might as well be worshiping one of these graven images they have in there. He wants you to do stuff for him. He wants you to, when you come in, he wants you to bow down to him, genuflect to him. This graven image that's in the front of the altar. That's not Jesus, people. That's a graven image. Jesus doesn't need you to bow down to a stone or wood or no. Right, that's the flesh.